Welcome into WagerTalk TV. I am Drew Martin, joined by Tony Mejia and Andy Lang of WagerTalk.com. We're talking Sunday NFL action here, guys. New Orleans Saints, Tennessee Titans. We're seeing the Titans minus 2.5 here, Tony. Actually seen them bought up to minus 3 at a lot of shops. Total of 45. What are you liking here? The Saints and the Titans.
Well, I mean, I don't like the Saints quarterback situation, that's for sure. It looks like Taysom Hill is going to get significant snaps, may even start. Trevor Siemian, after a really strong debut against the Tampa Bay Bucks in relief of Jameis Winston with some time to prepare for him, really struggled at times last week against the Falcons and ultimately ended up costing that game because that frantic comeback bid that got the Saints the lead wasn't enough when Atlanta scored late on a game-winning field goal. I really don't love the Saints here. I do like the Saints defense. They're healthier. They're really capable of doing significant damage up front. Taylor Lewan, the Titans' top tackle, has been dealing with a knee injury, missed the Rams game, and they didn't miss him. But still, that offensive line much better when Taylor Lewan is out there, especially since they are working without Derrick Henry, Adrian Peterson, Jeremy McNichols, and Deontay Foreman, now the running backs for the Titans. Again, wonderful job against the Rams in a game I didn't see coming. I thought with more on his plate, Ryan Tannehill wouldn't rise up to the challenge, especially against the Rams defensive front. And he clearly played one of his best games. And the defense, Tennessee held the fifth highest scoring offense in the NFL to just 16 points. So they're clearly stepping up. If A.J. Brown and Julio Jones can get healthier, Brown dealing with a knee, Jones dealing with a hammy, then the Titans offense should be able to do enough to handle New Orleans. But again, this is two teams that are capable of Jekyll and Hyde things. Tennessee is obviously proven more resilient, but New Orleans has done a nice job in staying afloat, given the issues with Michael Thomas and obviously moving on from Drew Brees and not really having a clear-cut quarterback. So these are two of the more resilient teams we've seen out there. My lean is towards Tennessee, but I could see the Saints hanging around, especially if Lewan doesn't play and Jones or Brown are in 100% as Ryan Tannehill's targets.
Good stuff, Tony. And Andy, coming to you next. You know, Tony, resiliency. That's something that comes to mind with both of these two teams, talking about the Saints quarterback room being banged up. And for the Titans, I mean, quite arguably the most valuable player, not a quarterback in the whole NFL, being banged up for the Titans. So these two teams going at it, a competitively priced game. What are you thinking as the Saints make the trip up from the Big Easy to Nashville on Sunday?
Well, Tony touched on it, and I got to agree completely. I just can't put any faith in the New Orleans Saints quarterback situation. What's the saying? If you have two starting quarterbacks, you've got zero. Trevor Siemian and Taysom Hill, I just can't get into. I mean, this is a team that had 3 points going into the fourth quarter last week against the Falcons, and the Falcons struggled to run the ball a lot, but they did pass for 332 yards against New Orleans. And what we're seeing with the Titans team, I follow this team a lot. I live in Indianapolis, so being a Colts fan, I follow the Titans. They're getting very healthy on defense. They're starting to flex their muscle, and they're really starting to reflect the personality of their coach. We saw that with the Rams, and I really liked what they did with their running back situation. I kind of saw that coming with Derrick Henry goes out. They just use a few other backs and use the backs to the best of their ability. What I do like in this game, I do think the Titans are gonna win, but I want to avoid that second half, kind of blitz and late fourth quarter points. I'm going to take the Titans in the first half. The Titans have been a really, really good first half scoring team. They're averaging 20.7 points in the first half the last 3 games, and they're the third best first half scoring team across the season in the NFL. New Orleans is only averaging about 9 points in the first half. So I like the Titans to flex their muscle early and get out in front of the Saints. So I'm going to take the first half and the Titans. Depending on your line, it's going to be less than a field goal. So anything less than the field goal in the first half, I'll take. Player prop, look for Ryan Tannehill to have an interception. He's been very, very prone to throwing to the other team. He has 5 interceptions in the last 4 games, 8 interceptions on the year. It's very unlike him, but the numbers don't lie. He's been throwing a lot of interceptions, so there's value on that player prop. Give me the Titans early, but Ryan Tannehill to have at least 1 interception.
I like it. He's Andy Lang. We heard from Tony Mejia. Check us out at WagerTalk.com. And guys, remember Tuesdays at WagerTalk is $2 Tuesdays. The top play from the top handicapper discounted to just $2. Check it out Tuesdays at WagerTalk.com.